Hey there, welcome to the channel. If you're new here, my name is Cass. I'm an artist and a small business owner. I was on vacation for a week and I've been back for a little over a week now. But I struggle so much with getting back into sculpting again and doing anything for my small business again, even though I really want to do it. But I also had to do a lot of things that were not small business related, and at least I got them done. After getting back from vacation, I opened my shop again and I immediately got an order. So because I wasn't able to sculpt anything for the entire week, the deadline for this charm is getting closer. I really don't want to rush the process of making my pals, especially not the sculpting process. I just want you guys to get the most perfect pal that I can make for you, and I like to take my time doing that. I started weighing out the clay for this charm and some other pals that I'm working on yesterday. It took me almost 3 hours to do so, and when I finally started sculpting, I noticed that I had all of the measurements wrong. When sculpting a pal with a lot of tiny details, I don't use my scale to measure out everything, because even though this is very precise, a lot of the tiny details are so lightweight that even the scale doesn't register them. So I'm using my pasta machine to roll out some clay, and then I use these tiny cutting things to measure out the clay. But yesterday, while measuring out everything, I forgot to change the thickness from my pasta machine, so the clay was way too thin and everything turned out way too small. But after measuring out everything all over again, I at least managed to sculpt one MooPal. So now that you guys are up to date with what I made yesterday, we can get right into sculpting the other pals today. These are some very special pals because they are a remake of an order that I got like a year ago. One of my first customers was my boyfriend's mom, and I'm so grateful for that. She ordered so many things and it made me so happy, and I really learned a lot through the process of making these charms for her. So because of her, I was able to improve all of my products, and as a thank you, I wanted to remake all of the pals that she ordered back then for such a long time now, but I just never came around to do that. So I decided that I just had to sit down and take the time to sculpt them, and that is what we're doing right now. I just had such a cute interaction with a customer. They asked if there was any chance to reduce the shipping prices because they are so high, even for national orders, but international it gets up to 24 euros. I think that is without insurance and untracked, and it is absolutely insane. And the biggest problem is that the prices are constantly rising, and I honestly don't know what to do about that. We're already at a point where this is actively hurting my sales. I had so many people asking me if there was a way to reduce the shipping prices, because the shipping prices being higher than the actual item that you want to purchase really makes you think twice if this is worth it. And for a lot of people it just isn't, and I totally get that. I would do the same. I really wish there was a way for me to reduce the prices, but sadly I can't get lower than the prices that the shipping service that I use is offering. However, I've found a way to work a little bit around that with this customer, because the prices are different depending on the height of the package. This customer was interested in a dachshund keychain. The width of that one is like 2.5 centimeters, and the maximum height for a package with lower prices is 3 centimeters. So by leaving away the cute packaging that I put my charms normally into, I don't only do that for the aesthetic but also to protect the charm. But to reduce the shipping prices from 12 euros to 8, we decided to leave it. And that means we have one more pal to sculpt today. Hey guys, it's a couple of days later. After I finished sculpting the PiggyPal, I was so tired and exhausted. I had no energy left to sculpt, but even though I didn't feel like talking to the camera the last couple of days, I did manage to sculpt the last two pals. got the cat. I put off painting the charms for a day. Sometimes I just really dread doing that because of the pressure of getting it done perfectly and symmetrical. But after the paint dried, it was finally time to glaze them, which is something that I really enjoy doing. Like I said, the last couple of days were a bit difficult for me, and it certainly did not get better when I found out what amazing idea the US came up with now. If I understood correctly, they want to get rid of the $800 threshold for wares imported into the US, which means that either I or my customer would have to pay an extra fee of at least $80 for their order, as if the shipping price situation wouldn't stress me out enough already. I don't make many sales, but 1/3 of the ones that I do make are from customers based in the US, and while I am not a big enough business to pay this fee, I also don't want my customers to have to pay that. This all starts on the 29th of August, which is in 3 weeks, and because it takes me 2 to 3 weeks to finish an order, I can guarantee to ship it out before that. I immediately remove the US from the locations that I ship to. I am so mad right now, and I really don't know what to do. I am just so exhausted, and I hope that everything goes back to normal eventually. My plan for the next week was to work on new designs for my next drop, but I just feel so demotivated now. I'm really sorry to end the video like this. I appreciate everyone who is watching. Thank you so much for being here. It really means a lot. See you in my next video. Bye!